Hello, friends. Welcome back to Miss Mo's Vegan Kitchen, or welcome if you're new. And to all of my new friends from the 50 plus lesbians of the GTA. Hi. Today I'm having a flatbread with peanut butter and jam. We always use natural peanut butter because Axel can't have corn. So this thing is massive. I'm going to break it off. I'll make a mess probably and hopefully not end up with it all on my new top. Another new pair of glasses. So for those of you who have watched me forever, I told you the dilemma with my last glasses and how they were broken in half, literally. Taped together. And I got some new ones. I'm in love with glasses. Always have been. I've been wearing them since I was 3 years old, so it's nothing to me to find them normal. This is Oto's flatbread, the same brand as those sandwich buns. It's really good. I'm filming. Guess who's gonna start barking? Why don't you come over here and say hello? So, I found some companies online, as I said. My rainbow ones are from Zenny Optical. These ones are from kits.ca. They're fabulous. Fabulous. I'm sure you can kind of see the blue as I turn my head. So they're blue light blockers or whatever they're called for when you're looking at a screen all day. And let's be real, folks. I stare at my phone a lot. I'm enjoying a day off. Got up this morning and was feeling really crappy. I'm not gonna lie. So yesterday, on my way to work, I stopped at the dollar store to buy some candies for my coworkers. And the reason why I say my coworkers is because, generally speaking, I can't eat normal candies that are at the store. The dollar store, anyway. Like, you know how if you go down the candy aisle and they have those little packages of, say, mints or, the strawberries with, like, the little jelly in the middle. Hard candies, chewy candies, whatever the case may be, caramels, butterscotch. Most of them I can't eat because they're not vegan. And yes, generally speaking, I will not buy anything that is not vegan for me or for other people. But I sometimes make exceptions because I can't find any vegan candy anywhere. In a normal store. That is one. Individually wrapped. Because with, what's going on in the world right now, individual wrapped is safest that it can be right now. And I just put them in the back in our staff room in a little tiny box so people can grab it. Because the reality is, it can get really dry when you're working in any space, really. Your throat gets dry from talking to the customers all day. And it's nice to have something to kind of, I guess, wet your palate to get your saliva going. I don't know how to say it. So while you're on your break, you can shove one in your mouth. Obviously, you won't have it when you go out on the floor. I guess you could actually, because you could just kind of, it's only small, right? Put it in the side of your cheek or whatever while you're talking to a customer. So I had bought in a whole bunch before Christmas. And they're all gone now. So yesterday I went to refill the container. Well, they had vegan gummies. Read the packaging, very clearly labeled vegan. On the front and on the back. Check the ingredients, like I said. Vegan and gluten-free. Definitely not corn-free, so I actually couldn't have them. I think the first ingredients was glucose and fructose. Big no-nos. So, I bought it. It was only, excuse me, a small package. Lemonade, folks. It's actually lemon-limeade today. Bought the small package. And a bag of Miss Vicky's chips. Ate some when I got to work. Because I had a little bit of time before I had to start. Ate more after work. Ate more when I got home. And to be honest, that's probably more sugar and salt than I've had in weeks. We don't cook with a lot of salt. Like Axel and I buy that, you know, the big salt grinder. Right now we've got the sea salt one. And that will last us like sometimes 8 months, maybe longer. And the only thing I really like salt with is potatoes. And I do like my soup broth to be not salty, but I find salt brings out the flavors and enhances the soup. So, I woke up this morning feeling kind of heavy. That's the only way to explain it. And because I'm not restricting anything, I haven't binged on anything. It wasn't all at once. I didn't eat the whole thing. Still had some left today. Did eat those today, but in 2 different days. So it's still not considered a binge. Where before I would have bought numerous bags of each of those, sat down, ate them all in one sitting, probably got sick, literally sick, and then maybe kept going. Who knows? So I am doing much better in that aspect. But the fact that I ate them, and then today questioning why. So I'm making myself, I had a good breakfast. I had a really good breakfast. This is my lunch. I had the rest of the gummies and the chips as my snack. Wrote all about it in my journal, in my food journal, so that I can remember why I felt like shit probably for the next 2 or 3 days. So I'm going to try and I still won't say eliminate sugar, just cut down. Which I feel like I really have, because a bag of sugar in our house would usually last, I don't know, between baking and using it for tea and drinks or whatnot. I'm gonna say 2 months. And that's the 2 pound bag, I think. I'm probably wrong. 2 kilo bag. There you go, 2 kilo bag. But now it's lasting way longer. And this lemonade, and pretty much every drink that I've made that has been lemonade since last, I want to say Thursday or Friday, that we got a grocery delivery, has been monk fruit sweetener. My Cara Cara orange. And honestly, I keep tasting it and waiting for an aftertaste, because we have had some horrible, horrible sugar substitutes that have left the worst aftertaste ever, to the point where you don't ever want to taste it again, if you can even finish what you've already put in your mouth. A long time ago, we made, chocolate pudding with stevia. It was so gross. The only thing that I can compare it to was eating a tin can. It was so disgusting. I tasted it at first and I'm like, oh, maybe it's just because I'm not used to the taste. Maybe it's just me. So I let it set and everything. And then Axel tried it and he spat it out. It was so funny. It was stevia. I'm pretty sure it was stevia. It might have been like a mix of stevia and something else, but it was vile. So gross. That being said, you aren't supposed to use as much. It's not a 1-for-1 thing, where this sweetener is supposed to be a 1-for-1 thing, but when I use it in my muffins, I only use about 2 tablespoons instead of a quarter cup. So I don't know. Changing ingredients in a recipe in general can sometimes be an adventure. And because I modify recipes all the time, we're used to it. But when it comes to sugars and sugar substitutes, some of them are just nasty. I don't know if anybody has any recommendations on what sugars to try that are alternatives that are not so gross. Please do suggest something down below. Because we're wanting to try different things. So stevia is definitely a no-go for us, because we've also tried other products with stevia in it and we just didn't like it. Like the stevia soda, I cannot do it. And I've tried pretty much every flavor over the years. I mean, I've been vegan for 12 years now, probably longer. I don't even know anymore. And so we've tried a lot of the products. That being said, I also tried a lot of the faux meats and everything, and I'm not really a fan of some of them, just because they do have a weird texture, and I'm a really textured person. But I can't eat hardly any of them now that I'm gluten-free, so it doesn't really matter. We use TVP, which is textured vegetable protein, or TSP, which is textured soy protein. I buy the Bob's Red Mill one, or I buy a brand called Nutrella, which we actually really like. I use that for bolognese sauce, or like if I'm doing tacos, or gardener's pie, which is vegan shepherd's pie, or something like that. And I also find sometimes when you're baking, because baking is such a science, okay? So the recipe won't turn out properly if you don't put the exact ingredients in it. You can look online and find alternatives for it. They'll be okay, and I mean they're edible. Sometimes if you don't put too much stevia. But it'll never be the same as to what you had before when it was not vegan, not gluten-free. So we're used to that as well. We're not expecting it to taste the exact same. And honestly, I don't even know if I would remember what some things taste like anymore. It's been so long. So you can also just not put sugar. You can use things that would give it a sweetness but not a sugar flavor. So I use applesauce sometimes. Applesauce can also be used as an egg substitute. I've used grated. So you just either use applesauce or grated. I sometimes will just do grated because we always have apples, and I don't like buying applesauce if we're not going to use it all. I've done grated pear. I have done smashed bananas. I've done all kinds of different things. So I think it's also a matter of my palate getting used to not having sugar. Obviously, I'm a sugar addict. So now when I do taste things that are that have sugar in them, they taste so sweet to me because I've been cutting down. So currently on day 214. And I'm doing well. I'm so happy. I need a new book. I only have a few pages left, so maybe this weekend I'll go and buy myself a new planner. Not a new composite book. Composition book? Yeah. So, what else was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else, and now I forget. I have the pot of soup on. I think I talked about that. I want to have soup for dinner, so I can just have something nice and clean. I'm working tomorrow through Monday at work at Torrid. That's about it. Oh, since there's all these new people joined in, and you probably aren't used to commenting on people's videos, you can comment below. You can like, subscribe if you haven't, and you can share the video. I don't really share people's videos, so it doesn't matter to me if you do that or not, but you can if you'd like to. Other than that, leave a comment below of where you're from, and if you have any vegan foods that you want me to try making, or to veganize a regular non-vegan recipe, let me know below. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you. Bye.